The founder of INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Lagos, Private Ayodele Elijah, speaks on both global and local issues when he was being interviewed. And the question says, you just published 2 books, a compendium of 10,000 and more fulfilled prophecies, 1994 to 2020, and warnings to the nations, collection of divine signals, 2020 to 2021 edition. How does this feel? And he said, the publication of a compendium which brings together over 10,000 fulfilled prophecies since 1994 is a landmark achievement. This is because this has never been done in the world. I must also celebrate some reputable seers, prophets. I remember the late Professor Okonzwa Gabriel. I also celebrate primates Oluwaseun, Theophilus Olubayo, and Evangelical Church of Yahweh. It was who started compilations of prophecies. Primates Olabayo must be respected by all. As a prophet, I have over 200,000 fulfilled prophecies since 1994. This is to the glory of God. To have the courage to put together over 10,000 fulfilled prophecies is a big deal. I thank God for the wisdom and the enablement. You can manipulate miracles, but not with prophecies. If you go with permutation, it will later fail. I want to thank all the media houses. I am very grateful. They are prophets in Nigeria and they are speaking the mind of God. But at the moment, the forthcoming Edo and Ondo gubernatorial elections are making many worried. What should be expected? He said in Edo State, before Oshiomole was removed as APC national chairman, I had said it that he would not finish his term, and it happened. I also said a long time ago that Oshiomole and Obaseki will fight, and today it has happened. Without manipulation of the forthcoming election in Edo State, Obaseki will win. He should therefore work on the area of security during the election. If he allows them to use security as manipulation, that is the end for him. If he holds his arms and relies on God, says, I will win, it is a lie. Oshiomole is ready to give his life on the Edo election. Whatever it takes, Oshiomole is ready to do it. Besides, should Oshiomole succeed in making Ezeyamu governor, Ezeyamu will see to the end of the political career of Oshiomole. I am not a politician. This is what God has said. Let us pray for peace in the forthcoming election in Edo State. If the election is free and fair, give it to Obaseki. He must guard against invalid votes. He must also work on the women voting population. If he does that, he will win. In Ondo State, Akeredolu must not sleep. There is fire on the mountain. He should walk. Some of the people who surround him will stab him at the back. If care is not taken, those who claim to support him will support one of the candidates against him. He needs loyal people so they will not upturn his victory. He must re-strategize. Some APC members are still angry with him. If he can work on his campaign and be serious, he will return for another term. Hope Uzodinma is still going back to the Supreme Court. If he does not perfect his case, then we should be ready to say goodbye to him in Imo State. Okay, really? Wonder shall never end. Like, seriously? So guys, this clergyman has been saying his prophecies have been fulfilled. And just like he said before Oshomole's case came to what it is today, that he had said it. I don't know whether some people were following his prophecies. And again, he said 10,000 fulfilled prophecies that have come to pass. Well, and again, people, of course, have been skeptical most of the time what he says, because ordinarily, like from what I've said, ordinarily you will know that for people who are really following these politics and for people who know how things work, it might not be different whether God is speaking with everybody in the same manner, because a lot of people have said it. I've said that, like I've always said, let me not even say a lot of people, like I've always said that the alliance between Oshiomole and Ezeyamu is not on a genuine platform, because we know what is bringing them together. Ordinarily, Ezeyamu wouldn't have left PDP. But because of the way Oshiomole had seen that this Obaseki, I am going to teach him a lesson, and he needs somebody who is grounded, who has that support, who has that popularity at the grassroots. And he could see the difference between the votes of last election, 66,000 difference between PDP's votes and APC's votes. And maybe that was why he just went. He was the one that went there. I'm sure they went to persuade Ezeyamu in coming to APC again, because judging from what Oshiomole said, that initially before he came on board, it was this same Ezeyamu that helped him. It was the same Ezeyamu that helped him. He said, the 18 local government that he helped him, but all of a sudden he said he could not work with him because he knows him very well. That those are the people that carry Bible in the morning and carry something else in the afternoon. That he knows him very well, and that was why he could not give him appointments. He said he knows him very well. Now that Oshiomole is now twisting the whole thing that he was deceived in believing what they told him about Ezeyamu, which is where I don't get it as an adult, as an elder statesman, saying, this Akoro lie. He said it on national TV. He said, I know this man very well. He worked with me during the election. He campaigned for me in my first tenure or the second tenure that he was even trying to talk about. But I couldn't give him appointments because I know him very well. I can't. I know him. All of a sudden, he started telling us, that's why some people are saying, does this man take people, take them for fools? And also, who gave him the right to be choosing, or who will decide who is going to be there, who is to be choosing candidates, who is he, what's this thing? He just came in 2007. People who have been there all their lives, they have not even put their feet down that it has to be this, it has to be this person. But that being said, that the coming together of Ezeyamu, that is my opinion. That is the way I've seen it. You might see it from a different angle. That he's coming together with Ezeyamu. You know that it's not on a good platform. They just wanted to push this man away, and that is just the way it is. So anybody who has been watching closely and monitoring what is happening in Edo State, you know that definitely I know that Ezeyamu is pretending just to work with Oshiomole, not because he's so happy, because irrespective of how they want to downplay it, because Ezeyamu is trying to be matured. He say, oh yes, as at that time he was trying to demarcate. Yes, people demarcate. I know that you can say, oh, you have worked in the government, you don't have relevance, you don't have electoral value. Those are the things that I know politicians do. But you going personal, it is what I don't get. And everybody has passed. What's the big deal? Everybody has passed, and now he's a pastor. Of course, nobody can accuse him that, oh, since he became pastor or since he became matured, after living all those kind of life in school, that they've caught him doing all manner of things. No, what the things that they were accusing him for was when he was young. So bringing all of those things, there's nobody that does not have past. Even Oshiomole, if you go and dig out Oshiomole's past, personal, whatever, nobody has even ever heard it. Nobody is ready to. No politicians, mature politicians don't talk like that. So you want to tell me that with all of those things, the man is happy, and everybody is now playing it. If they are playing it, and that's the worst part of it, everybody now knows it. Even apart from the big body that PDP puts at the ring road, that is not even the issue, because just go to social media, go to all these national televisions on YouTube, you see all those things that Oshiomole said. PDP, Obaseki, they don't even need to display it there. Just go online, just go on social media. We see all those things that Oshiomole said. For somebody who is not economical with the truth, just go and watch it. You know what is happening. So, what this primate or the clergyman is saying to me, for those who have been watching and be monitoring this whole thing, you will know the direction at which everything is going. So, but he said, this is what it is. That he said this, he said that, talking about Akeredolu, talking about Edo, whatever, that if they are not careful, of course, that is what everybody knows, that if they are not careful, and people will tell you, those who are on ground, they will tell you, oh, Obaseki, everything is turning in favor of Obaseki. So, guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what this primate has said.